Hi, welcome. My name is Chloe Francis and I'm going to be teaching you trumpet for the next few weeks through the mini master classes. So to tell you a little bit about myself, I am currently studying trumpet performance and music education at Westchester University, and I've been playing trumpet for, how many years has it been now? My goodness. 15 years. So I really like this instrument. I think it's really fun, and I think it's a great way to kill some free time if it comes down to that. I think you can make some beautiful music on this, and I think it's really easy to enjoy what you're doing. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be working on our C scale and our A minor scale. So the key signature, super easy, nothing. That's why everyone loves the C scale and the A minor scale, because there's nothing in the key signature, no accidentals to worry about or anything. So the materials that I'm using, I'm going to link them in the comments. It's just going to be PDFs. There's a PDF, it says concert G minor scale, and it'll say B flat instruments. Then it says level 2 scales, 1 octave for trumpet. So the pattern of this scale is going to be 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Super standard. When I go up, I'm going to tongue it. And when I go down, I'm going to slur. That way I'm doing both articulation styles. So listen as I play it. Don't play quite yet, just listen. It'll be count in 4. So 1, 2, 3, breathe on 4 and play. 1, 2, 3. Simple enough, right? So we want to make sure we're playing with a really good tone and we're supporting our air. Don't take any chest breaths. So I don't want to see your shoulders raised. You should not be raising your shoulders when you breathe. Take a nice chest breath. Use your diaphragm. My shoulders raise a little bit, but not, which is what I've seen a bunch of people do. So take a look at that first scale. That's the one we're playing. I'm going to count 4, and I want you to play it alongside me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Great. So let's review some fingerings for this scale. If you're not quite sure or if you're a little iffy, that's fine. So we have C, open, D, which is 1 and 3, E, 1 and 2, F, 1, G, open, A, 1 and 2, B natural, 2, then C again, which is open. So again, that's C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Just tonguing that first one. I'm going to go really slow. If you're not sure about the fingers, or if you just want that practice, play along with me. First measure, tongued. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Empty your spit if you need to. Let's do that again, tonguing it slowly. 1, 2, 3. Great. Looking at the second measure, we are slurring going down. So we start on C for a quarter note. C, B natural, 2, A, 1 and 2, G, open, F, 1, E, 1 and 2, D, 1 and 3, then C for 4. The second measure is going to be slurred, so it should be very smooth. The notes should touch. There should be no space between the notes. Second measure, listen or play along, whatever you'd like. 1, 2, nice and slow. Notice there's no dynamic. You don't need to play these super loud. You should not be playing them super loud. No one needs to hear a C scale at forte or fortissimo. Play at a nice mezzo forte volume, producing a very pretty sound. Do the second measure with me. 4, and we're in slurring. It's a pretty tone. 1, 2, 3. You may notice that when I play D, I kick out my third slide a little bit. That's for intonation purposes. D tends to be a sharp note, so when we kick it out, we're making the trumpet a little bit longer, and we're helping it stay in tune. Listen to it without my slide, and then with my slide. It's a small difference, but it's something that really helps when you want to sound nice and pretty. All right, do the entire scale. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. First measure is tongued, crisp. Second measure is legato, make it very smooth. Ready? 1, 2, entire thing. Ready? Awesome. I'm also tapping my foot right now, but you can't really tell, so I'm bobbing a little bit. Let's do that again a little faster. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Awesome. If you're still not sure about the fingerings, that's fine. Take a minute to pause it. You can go back to when I talked about that a few minutes ago. Let's do it a little faster. Ready? Still with a good sound. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Let's do that again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Great. So, if you're going through this and you're like, this is so easy, I can do it, then switch up the articulation. Tongue. You could do tongue, slur, tongue, slur, tongue. So. That's one way you can do it. Another way is you can switch it. Slur, tongue, slur, tongue. Cool. You can also double tongue it. You can go faster. You can go slower. Whatever tempo feels great for you. As long as you're not rushing. If it does not sound good, take a step back and ask yourself what you can do to make it sound better. The other thing is you can switch it. You can slur in the first measure and you can tongue going down. There's so many ways to make this more exciting. If you're not sure, Google it. So many people have given so many different articulation patterns. You can even triple tongue. Or you could just double tongue on the notes. Use a lot of air when you're doing that. Same thing with triple tonguing. There's so many ways to do it, and just seriously, I really can't emphasize that enough, because when I was in high school, I used to say, well, this is boring, I can't do it that way, like I know how to do it, it's so easy, and my teacher would always challenge me to think of new and different ways to make it more exciting, because as musicians, you have to constantly be ready to keep thinking of new ways to do something. Okay, so, you know your C scale, awesome. Let's look at our concert G minor scale, or for trumpet, A minor. So, we did it below the staff just to make sure it's a comfortable range. This is what it sounds like. It's the exact same, written the exact same rhythm as the C scale was. The only difference is this one doesn't have a slur written in. You can most definitely play a slur there. Same thing, you can do it however you want, tongue wherever you want, slur, multiple tonguing, get all of that in there. So, let's go over the fingerings. we have low A, which is 1 and 2, and that's for a quarter note. Then B natural, C, D, 1 and 3, E, 1 and 2, F, 1, G, open, A. Then you do the same thing, A, 1 and 2, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. This is just the C scale that we're starting on, the 6th scale degree, which if you count up in the scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, that's just A. So it is a C scale, just in a different order. Let's do that together, just the first measure. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Perfect. All right. Pause it if you need to. Let's do the first measure with staccato articulations. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Cool. Let's try the first measure with legato articulations. 1, 2, 3. Cool. First measure slurred. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Let's play the second measure. Descending. 1, 2, 3. Second and third measure, because why not? Again, ready? 1, 2, 3. Awesome. When you feel comfortable playing it with just a regular smooth articulation, let's try doing staccato like we did for the first measure. Second measure and third measure going down staccato. Actually, just second measure staccato. Hold up the whole note in the third measure. Second measure. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Let's do the second measure with legato articulations. 1, 2, 3. All right. So once you feel comfortable with the first and second measure, you're like, this is so easy, I can play it. That's great. That's the idea. Let's play through the entire A minor scale together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Awesome. When you feel comfortable with that, we're going to do it again. So pause it if you need to. Ready? Just the written articulations. 1, 2, beginning. Righty. So when you're comfortable with that, let's go through and play it together slurred. The entire thing slurred. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Pause if you need to. We're going to do that again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh, you did it. Great. Not too hard, right? All right, let's play this a little faster, tongued. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Let's do it again a little faster. 1, 2, 3. those who want more of a challenge, take it up an octave. Start on the second space A and just take it up to the octave above. However, if you do that and it hurts, it should not hurt. Playing above the staff should not hurt. Use your air. All right, let's go through both scales together. We're going to play C through, and then go right to A. So listen how I do it first, and then we'll do it together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Good job. So, for those of you, if you played along with me, which I asked you not to, however, it's okay. I took the articulations from the level 2 scales, the octaves, and I just added that to the A minor scale. So let's do that together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Sorry, that time I totally read it the way it was. Let's do that again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Let's switch the articulations this time. Slur the first measure, tongue the second measure for both. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, let's do it again. A little faster, same way we did it. Slurring the first measure and tongue the second measure. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good. The entire thing, all the way through, tonguing. So no slurs in any of them. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's do it even faster. All tonguing. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Awesome. So everything I'm doing here is just how I would practice it. You know it so many ways now. I guarantee you can play it with your eyes closed from playing it so many times repetitively and just thinking of different ways to do it. So let's go through that one more time, and then we're going to go over some practice tips and just a few things that I've learned that I think might be helpful. So entire thing as written, C scale, and then we're going to do the A minor scale back to back. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Great. So this is a different time than any of us are used to. So practicing right now, you have so much time. There's so many different things you can practice. There's so many books. For example, the Trumpet Bible. Mine's like really beat up. The Arbin's book is great to have. It has so many different things. It has so many different exercises, scales, anything you can think of, it has it. And it also has duets. So you could go on the Acapella app and make a duet with yourself. This is the one book that is so important to have. It just really is good. There's also the Clark book, which later during this process, we're going to do some Clark exercises from this book. And this is really great for technical. It has a bunch of different stuff written in. There's chromatic scales. There's exercises that help you with trills. There's arpeggios, bunch of stuff. For me, I do this one. This is the Schlossberg book. It has some really good slurred things, long note drills. The Vizzuti book is also a really good one to have. He goes through everything. He has lip flexibilities. He has long tones. He has technical studies. finger flexibilities, tonguing. Then he also in the back has upper register and endurance. So these are all really great resources to have. So one thing I recommend for practicing is always warm up. So important. I did not warm up at all when I was in high school, and I really wish I had. It's not difficult to do. You can just do something like this. You could take your level 2 scales page, and you can go ahead and you can run through a few of the scales, taking your time, making it sound pretty, and then do that chromatic scale at the bottom. And that's a great way to warm up. You do that for a few minutes every day, you're done. That's just such a basic warm up. You could do long tones, you can do scales, you can do articulation stuff, you can do Clark exercises. This stuff is all available online if you look. So it's not going to be hard to find these resources. Warming down too is so important. We've all had those days when we play so much, or you just play more than you're used to, and you wake up the next day and your lips are like, it kind of hurts, it's puffy, it doesn't feel great. We want to avoid that as much as we can. So if you take Advil, that's one way to help with swelling because your lips get swollen from playing a ton. Warming down is also so good because it helps keep your face fresh. Think about it. If you were like doing track after you'd finish like a meet, like running whatever you do in track, like if you were to run the 4x4, when you're done, you're not just going to walk away. Especially from practice, you're going to take that warm down and you're going to like let your body cool down. You're going to stretch. And think about it, warming up and warming down is basically how you stretch before you go to to gym class or just before you exercise. It's so important to do so you don't get hurt. So don't be afraid to use a tuner or metronome all the time. It's really great because it keeps you honest. There's so many great apps you could get. There are a bunch of free ones. I use the TE Tuner app, which costs a few dollars. There's also simple metronomes like this. This is a metronome and a tuner, so I can do both. Like I said, there's so many free apps that you can use to your advantage. Another practice tip that I've noticed is that fundamentals are key. If there's something you're not the best at, if it's articulation, you can't seem to tongue it the right way, or you're not tonguing fast enough, or it's not clean enough, focus on that. Take this time now when you have time to practice and work on the little things that you're like, I'm not great at this. If it's range, figure out how you can better play those notes. Anything. Just break it down. Take the time now. If it hurts when you play, stop. It should not hurt. I had a terrible habit in high school of playing and using my throat, and it hurt so much. And I broke that habit. It took me a very long time, but I wish I would have just broke it in high school because it was so painful. That's a very easy way to get a neck hernia, like Louis Armstrong had, or Dizzy Gillespie had. You don't want it. If it hurts, stop. Playing trumpet should not hurt. Support your air and just don't squeeze in your neck. When you're playing high notes, you don't push the mouthpiece against your face. It's not going to help you play higher. It's just going to hurt and you're not going to be able to play as long. So another thing I've learned is that you should always end a practice session with something you enjoy playing. There's so many times where you practice something and you practice it, you can't get it. It's so frustrating. You walk away and you're like, I'm so upset. This did not go the way I wanted it to. End with something you enjoy. Even if it's just like a little like song you look up online, like something you've heard on the radio that you're like, I want to play that. Or if it's one of your favorite songs, or if it's just a scale, play something that you enjoy or that you sound good with. It's a really great way to end your rehearsal session or your practice session. Breathe. You should always breathe. Support your air. So important. I still have trouble with this. It's hard. You need to make sure you're supporting your air and you're really just using it. You're not tensing or anything. Another thing, and this is something that so many trumpet players I know do. If you're tired, take a break and come back to it. Don't hurt yourself. It's so easy to find yourself getting tired and you're messing up and you get more frustrated, so you keep trying. But if you're tired, it's not going to work. That's your body's way of saying this isn't working right now. So it's always good. Put the horn down. You can come back to it later. It's not going to go anywhere. Practice mutes. I use a schmute. There's a bunch of other ones. I have a ton of different ones in my mute bag, but this is wonderful. I'm only allowed to practice without my mute from 10 in the morning to 9 at night. So if I want to practice stuff later, that's how I do it. It's very quiet. I don't remember how much they cost, but it was not too expensive. There's also the silent brass, but that's a really pricey option. But if you need to practice, you can do this in whenever you travel. You can do it if you want to practice and you don't want people hearing you, if you're not 100% confident with how you're sounding, use a practice mute. So this is kind of how that sounds. I'm going to play just the C scale to demonstrate the volume difference. Without the mute. Then I'm breathing in it because it helps it not to stick and it doesn't squeak when I take it out then. Again. Crazy big difference. And overall, the biggest practice tip I have is have fun. If something's upsetting you, reach out to a teacher. Reach out to a friend you have who also plays trumpet. Or just ask them how they do it. Ask them how you can do it differently. You can check out online. Use your resources because that's what we have right now. So, I hope to see you all next week. Thank you for doing these scales with me. Next week we're going to look at some fundamental stuff, so we're going to be doing some exercises from the Clark book, just to get used to doing some technical stuff with our fingers, get our fingers in shape. So I hope you enjoyed playing the C scale and the A minor scale today. I hope you all have a great day and stay healthy.